Ready to quit the rat race without risking your family's security? In this video, I'll show you a little known niche where I show you how you can quit the rat race without risking your family's security. Be sure to stay to the end because at the end, I will give you a resource showing you exactly how to get started. When you want to quit the rat race, when you have a mortgage, a rent payment, kids relying on you, it can seem impossible, but it's not. I know it's possible because I did it and I'm here to show you how to do it. The key is to start a business on the side, and once you get that income flowing, then you can quit your job without feeling like you're letting your family down, placing them in danger, or jumping off a financial cliff. And ideally, we don't want to empty out your savings, dump out your 401k, or take out a second mortgage to start this business. You want something that's low cost to start, you can start quickly, and it's pretty simple to learn so you can get going in your spare time. I found the perfect business that checks all those boxes. That business, it's called overages. And the basis for overages is that when a property is sold at a foreclosure auction, whether it's a mortgage foreclosure or a tax foreclosure, when those properties sell for more than the debt, the extra money is left over for the former owner. And if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Say that you owed the taxing authority $50,000 in back taxes on your house. Now you can bet they're going to sell that house to collect that $50,000 because that's probably going to be 3 to 4 years worth of taxes that you're behind. Well, when the house is sold, average house in America today is worth over $400,000. So if you owed $50,000 on a $400,000 house, you can bet that house is going to sell for a lot more than $50,000. As a matter of fact, at most auctions, it's going to sell for about 80% of the as-is value. So we'll call that $300,000, assuming we're leaving a little money for repairs. So the house sells for $300,000, yet they only owe $50,000. Well, there's a big difference between those two, right? If the government collects $300,000 from the bidder at the tax sale, and they only need $50,000 to cover the taxes, well, that means that there's $250,000 left over. And the question is, who should get that money? And of course, the answer is the former owner, because that represents the equity in their house. The government got every penny that they're owed. They got all $50,000. But that extra money, that's the hard-earned equity from years of payments and years of owning the house that the former owner gets. But here's the catch. That money sits in the government accounts waiting for that former owner to come and formally apply for it. And the problem is most of these former owners have no idea that there could be any extra money from a foreclosure auction because they think, well, they sold my house, and you think, so they must keep the money because they sold my house. And these people are completely stressed out and distressed. They're trying to figure out a new place to live. They're trying to scrape together some money for a down payment for an apartment or for putting up a security deposit. They're asking friends and family if they can move in for a while, because you can count on the fact that they're broke as shown by the fact that they lost their house at a tax sale. So of course, money is a big struggle for them. So they're completely stressed and distressed. They don't have money to go hire a lawyer and talk to a lawyer about it. Most lawyers wouldn't even know about this anyway. I'm a lawyer and I didn't even know about this until I'd been in practice over 10 years. So the people end up just sort of going off trying to get their life restarted as best they can. But there's this huge windfall that they're eligible to get. And that's where you come in with this amazing business opportunity. What you do in overages is you get the list of monies that are held in government accounts. Those lists are available. They're very much under the radar. Unless you know what to look for, you'd never get one. But if you ask, you get it, typically free, very easy to get. So you get the list, and then you get the contact information for the people. Of course, today that's very easy with the internet. I can show you how to do that in just a couple minutes. So you get the contact information. You're going to get their physical mailing address so you can send them a note. You're going to get them their email address so you can send them an email. You'll get their Facebook account and other social media so you can contact them that way. And you'll even get their telephone so you can simply pick up the phone and give them a call and share the great news with them that, hey, I know you've had a big loss, but there's this windfall that you could get. Can you imagine how excited someone would be if they just lost everything? They'd lost their house, been displaced, and you call them up and say, hey, there's a $250,000 windfall that you could get. I'm happy to go get the money for you for a percentage as long as I'm successful. Would you like to work with me? You can imagine how exciting that phone call is for someone in the position of just having lost everything. And that is this business in a nutshell. We get lists, we get the contact info for the people, We reach out to them. Typically, I just call them up, tell them the good news, see if they want to work with you for a percentage. And when you're successful getting that money, you get really well paid and you do great work because you're helping people who desperately need help. They desperately need that hand up. It's their own money, but they're not going to get it. And I'll also tell you another secret. According to government studies, one government did a 3-year study. They showed that 72% of the time that money goes unclaimed, which really means that 28% of the time someone gets it, but the vast majority of the time, almost 3/4 of the time, the people never get their money. And you know what happens to that money when they don't come and get it? It just forfeits to the government. Government just keeps it. They sweep it into their general fund and they do whatever they do with it. And that is a tragedy because these are people that have lost everything. So the business that you'll be in is this business called Overages that I can show you all the details on. I'll show you how to get the lists. They're typically free. Get the contact info, typically 10 minutes research on the internet, and then reach out to the people. And I'll even give you the exact words to say so that you can convince them this is a real opportunity, because it is a real opportunity. And when someone hires you to go work for them, they're going to be so excited. Can you imagine when you hand them a check for tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, how excited and happy they're going to be? I can tell you from being in this business over 10 years, they're going to be really excited. It's a huge business opportunity. Right now, internally, we have $350 million worth of leads, and we can't possibly work all of them. Internally, it's 14,000 separate leads, and there's no way that anyone can work that because, you know what, every day, there are about 3,000 tax sales held and a couple hundred mortgage foreclosure sales held, all of which can produce overages. So there's this huge ocean of money flowing out there, and you can escape the rat race and make an amazing living doing great work. It's very flexible. You can work when you want. Typically, it's best to just call people up and, in the evening, but you try them anytime during the day because we don't know when someone's going to be home. You call them on your own schedule. You reach out to them, you sign them up, and you put in the deal. Deals don't take a lot of time, typically 8 to 10 hours from beginning to end. It takes a couple months for the government to pay out the money, but not a lot of physical time. So this is something you can do really in your spare time. And everything's done by mail. You don't have to go visit with anybody. We have people that will go out and meet with the people, get the paper signed and send them back to you, so you don't have to leave your house, you don't have to travel or anything. And you could be anywhere and do this. It doesn't matter if you're in rural South Dakota where there aren't a lot of people around. Heck, you could be working in the most populated place in the country because all you're doing is picking up the phone and calling people, and the phone works fine from anywhere. So it's a really great business, very low cost to start, very low cost to operate. You don't need an office, you don't need employees. It's something that's very easy to start on the side while you have your 9-to-5 job. And here's the secret to escaping that rat race. Once you get deals in the pipeline and they start paying out and you've replaced that job income, well, it's very easy to walk in and give your boss notice because you already have the income coming in and you have a pipeline filled with deals that are going to produce income as a predictable stream. So this is why it's possible to exit your 9-to-5. Again, you're not going to be flushing out your 401k, clearing out your savings, taking a second mortgage, because this is a very inexpensive business to start and run. You don't need to rent an office. You don't need to take on a big overhead. Really is an ideal business for someone that wants to escape the 9-to-5. And the great news is that it can exceed your job income for sure. And for most people, it could be many multiples of any money you'd ever make from your job income. It is an expandable business. I have a business that I've grown, so it's fairly large, but lots of people operate this just from a spare bedroom in their home in their part-time. Retired people do it. People looking to escape the 9-to-5 certainly do it. This is a great business to do that. And again, you can start it on the side. So you don't have to worry about ruining your family's life, missing a mortgage payment, getting your car repossessed, or anything crazy like that. Just start this on the side. Now there's lots more that I want to share with you. So I've recorded a short video where I go more into detail on the overages business and more importantly, get you to a resource that you can really fully explore this and decide if this is for you. I teach this business. People love it. I have lots of successful students and perhaps you'll be my next successful student and you can escape that 9-to-5 rat race that, let's face it, we all want to get out of. We all want to spend more time with our family, spend more time doing the things we want to do, not have to deal with a repressive boss or, gosh forbid, the office politics. Used to drive me nuts when I was in the 9-to-5. So this is Attorney Bob Diamond. Next video, go check out the Intro to Overages video, and I'll see you over there. And hopefully I'll see you in the overages business, making a great living, having escaped the 9 to 5, and just being happy and fulfilled.